This is part 3 of chapter number 15, which is monopoly. And in the last two parts, we have built all the blocks which are necessary to answer the question as to how does a monopoly make its pricing and output decision. So, monopoly जो है, we saw that it also operates under the principle of profit maximization. So, ये जो decision है as far as वो कितना produce करेगा और क्या price charge करेगा, it will all depend upon the profit maximization condition. So what you see over here is that this is the demand curve for a monopoly. ये जो blue line आपको नजर आ रही है, this is the market demand curve, or we can say this is the monopolist demand curve. मैंने पिछले पार्ट में आपको explain किया था कि since monopoly has to cater to the entire market demand, so जो market demand curve होगा that will be equal to the monopolist demand curve. तो हमारा जो monopolist है ना, he can pick any price and output combination that lies on this demand curve. ठीक है, वो इस लाइन पे जितने भी पॉइंट्स हैं वो उन पे ऑपरेट कर सकता है. ठीक है, so if it decides to produce Qmax units of output, it will have to charge a price which is equal to is this much. ठीक है, वो प्राइस को डिमांड कर्व से रीड करेगा. डिमांड कर्व basically tells you that for a given output level, what is the maximum price that you can charge for it. So वो इस लाइन पे कहीं भी ऑपरेट कर सकता है. मोनोपोली के पास ये प्रिविलेज हासिल है कि वो कहीं भी इस लाइन पे ऑपरेट कर सकता है. It can choose any combination of price and output level which lies on this demand curve. Where exactly will it operate? It really depends upon the profit maximizing output condition. So एक चीज आप नोट करें कि अगर monopolist charges a very high price, if it charges a very exuberant price, it will have to sacrifice sales. ठीक है, अगर बहुत ज्यादा प्राइस monopolist चार्ज करेगा ना तो थोड़ी सी जो है ना, it will have to see a decline in its sales. In the last part, I also explained to you that if a firm faces a downward sloping demand curve, its MR curve will always be below it. So for a monopoly, price will always be greater than the marginal revenue. The reason why I gave you, the reason why this is the case is because of output and the price effect. If you remember, MR is decomposed into output and price effect. Output effect basically captures the change in revenue brought about by change in Q. So अगर आप एक और यूनिट सेल करेंगे तो रेवेन्यू में जो इजाफा होगा that will be $3.5. So in other words, output effect is always equal to is the price level. ठीक है, जब आप 2 यूनिट्स बेचेंगे ना तो price of the product that you will charge is 3.5. So output effect is always equal to is the price level. The output effect is always equal to is the price. The price effect, on the other hand, is the amount of revenue that you're going to lose on the previous units of output sold. तो पहले जो है ना, एक यूनिट जब आप सेल कर रहे थे तो you were selling that for $4. अब जो है ना, when you want to sell 2 units, you have to decrease price on the first unit by $0.5. So the total marginal revenue जो है ना इस केस में होगा, it's going to be the output effect, which is the price, which is $3.5 minus the price effect. तो जाहिर सी बात है, अगर आप प्राइस में से कोई चीज सब्ट्रैक्ट कर रहे हैं तो जो MR होगा, जो फाइनल जो MR का आंसर आएगा, इट विल बी लेस देन द प्राइस. सो इट शुड नॉट कम एज अ सरप्राइज टू यू दैट इफ a monopolist faces a downward sloping demand curve, yeah, if it faces this as a price line, the MR curve will always be below it. Okay? अच्छा, so आपको अभी तक मैंने एक्सप्लेन किया है कि this is the demand curve, this is the consequent MR curve. एक फर्म कहाँ ऑपरेट करेगी? It will operate where its profit is being maximized, and we identify that the profit is maximized where MR equals the marginal cost curve. So in this diagram, I've also then introduced this marginal cost curve. ठीक है, ये वाली जो आपको नजर आ रही है ना, upward sloping curve, that's your MR, and this is your MC curve. MC curve is typically U-shaped. In this particular diagram, they have only captured the upward sloping segment of the MC curve. तो आप देख सकते हैं कि the profit maximizing output level occurs where MR cuts the MC. यही condition हमने perfectly competitive firm का भी जब output level हमने determine करना था तो यही condition हमने apply की थी, and the same condition is going to hold here. So the monopoly is going to produce where MR equals MC. So this happens at this point here. So this intersection of the two curve will help identify the profit maximizing output level that a monopolist is going to charge. जो price monopolist charge करेगी ना, that will have to be, you will have to read off that price from the demand curve. तो आप इसको जो है ना extend कर दें ऊपर, ठीक है, and you can read from the demand curve that if the firm is producing Qmax unit of output, the maximum price that it will charge is going to be this much. ठीक है, this is the price that the monopoly is going to charge. Okay. तो थोड़ी सी मजीद इस डायग्राम में मैं आपको चीजें एक्सप्लेन कर दूं कि देखिए ये जो पॉइंट है ना, ये जो मैं पॉइंट रीड कर रही हूँ इससे, you can see at this point MR equals MC. This is the point, this is the price that the monopolist is going to charge. Yes, if I can just move it a little. So this is the price that the monopolist is going to charge. ये वाली price आप देख सकते हैं MR is less than this price. A perfectly competitive firm में अगर आपको याद हो कि price is always equal to its MR, लेकिन ऐसा monopoly में ऐसा case नहीं है. In the case of a monopoly, price is always greater than MR. ये जो distance है, ये जो vertical distance आप देख रहे हैं ना, price और MC के बीच में, this vertical distance is called the markup. Yeah, so the markup is simply equal to as price minus, let me just write it down here. So the markup is equal to as price minus the MC. ये जो vertical distance है ना, इसको markup कहा जाता है. ठीक है, and this is not the same as the profit. Okay, you can see if the monopolist is producing at this price, and if it's if the monopolist is producing Qmax, it's charging a price of P. The profit that the firm is going to make, वो हम किस तरह निकालेंगे? For that, you need to have information with respect to the average cost curve. So इत्तेफाक से यहाँ average cost curve भी बनाया गया है. So if you're producing this much, आप इस ग्राफ से फिर read कर दें कि this is basically the average total cost. Yeah, so this is the average total cost that the monopoly has to bear. So what is going to be the total revenue in this case? So total revenue is simply price that a monopolist charges times the quantity. Yani total revenue is going to be this box there. I can just identify. It's the price that the monopolist is going to charge. It's the price that the monopolist was going to charge times Qmax. So ये जो पूरा box है ना, this is the total revenue of a monopolist. Yeah. So what is the total cost है? मैंने आपको बताया था कि total cost is going to be average total cost times the amount of output that a monopolist is producing. So in other words, आप देख सकते हैं if the firm is producing Qmax units of output, जो उसकी average cost है ना वो ये है, ठीक है? This is the average cost. So ये जो नीचे वाला जो area है ना, this is basically the total cost that the monopolist is going to bear. So जो area बच गया, the total revenue minus the total cost, ये जो आपको ऊपर वाला area नजर आ रहा है, ये जो box बच गया है, this is called the profit. और आप देख सकते हैं profit is something different than the markup. Profit is this entire rectangular region, whereas markup is simply the vertical distance between price and MC. ये जो distance है ना, इसको हम markup कह रहे हैं. Whereas ये जो पूरा box है, this is called the profit that the monopolist is earning. So this has been also done more neatly in the next slide here. So you can see clearly that monopoly ये वाली price charge करता है and it's going to produce Qmax units of output. So at this unit of output आप फिर read कर लें average total cost से कि average total cost कितनी है. So ये जो box है ना 0 D C Qmax, this is the total cost that the monopolist is going to bear. The total revenue is going to be 0 E D and Qmax. So the profit is equal to is this shaded area that you can see in front of you. So आप देख सकते हैं इस particular case में a monopolist is earning positive economic profits. अगर मैं आपसे ये सवाल करूं कि will these profits be retained in the long run? आपको याद है यही सवाल मैंने perfectly comparative firm के भी हवाले से आपसे किया था और मैंने कहा था कि अगर perfectly comparative firm short run में profit कमा रही है क्या वो profits बरकरार रहेंगे in the long run? And the answer for that was no. Because if perfectly comparative firm is earning positive economic profits, in the long run, this is going to attract new firms to enter, which will undercut the profit of the existing firms. और नई firms तब तक enter होती हैं जब तक profit zero ना हो जाए. यहाँ मैं आपसे वही सवाल कर रही हूँ, अगर monopoly profit कमा रही है short run में, are these profits going to be sustained in the long run? And the answer to this question is yes. देखिए, अगर मोनोपोलिस्ट का कॉस्ट स्ट्रक्चर चेंज नहीं होता फिर तो हम ये कह सकते हैं कि मोनोपोली का प्रॉफिट रिटेन रहेगा क्योंकि देखिए इस प्रॉफिट को देखा देखी नई फर्म्स जो है वो एंटर नहीं हो सकती. पहले हमने मेंशन किया था कि मोनोपोली में देयर आर बैरियर्स टू एंट्री. न्यू फर्म्स कैन नॉट एंटर. So if the existing firms are making profit, they will continue to earn profit in the long run since new firms cannot enter. और यहाँ हम अज्यूम ये कर रहे हैं कि कॉस्ट स्ट्रक्चर रिमेन्स द सेम. अगर कल को कॉस्ट ऑफ प्रोडक्शन इंक्रीज हो जाती है तो यू कैन विजुअलाइज दैट एज अ रिजल्ट द एवरेज टोटल कॉस्ट इज गोइंग टू इंक्रीज. नाउ एज अ रिजल्ट यू कैन देन वर्क आउट दैट द प्रॉफिट ऑफ द मोनोपोलिस्ट इज गोइंग टू डिक्लाइन एज अ रिजल्ट. सो अगर कॉस्ट स्ट्रक्चर तब्दील नहीं होता, अगर कंज्यूमर की वेल्थ लेवल तब्दील नहीं होती, यानी अगर कॉस्ट स्ट्रक्चर्स, अगर कॉस्ट कर्व्स ऐसे ही रहते हैं, then if the monopoly is earning a profit in the short run, it will continue to earn profit in the long run as well. Okay. So that's the difference between the long run equilibrium of a monopoly and the long run equilibrium for a perfectly comparative firm. Now, one last thing, that is the welfare cost of monopoly. Okay, now in order to see whether monopoly is good or bad, yani whatever, in order to see what are the welfare costs imposed by monopoly, we have to compare monopoly with a perfectly comparative market. ठीक है, monopoly का outcome हमें compare करना है with a perfectly comparative market के outcome से. अभी इस डायग्राम पे हम दोबारा आ जाते हैं. हमने अभी आइडेंटिफाई किया profit maximizing firm is going to operate where MC cuts the MR. ठीक है, so इससे आप quantity identify कर लें, and in order to identify the price that a monopolist is going to charge, simply extend this line upwards, and जहाँ जो price line से आपने demand curve से आपने price read करनी है. So this is the price that a monopoly is going to charge. अब मैं कह रही हूँ कि let's just compare this outcome with a perfectly comparative market का outcome. Firm की बात नहीं हो रही, perfectly comparative market के outcome की बात हो रही है. मुझे पता है कि perfectly comparative market में price और output किस तरह determine होता है. It is determined where the market demand curve cuts the market supply curve. So let's suppose if this was, मतलब it's just a hypothetically मैं कह रही हूँ, ये monopoly नहीं, ये मतलब this is a monopoly, this is not a perfectly comparative market. Because I'm just saying that let's suppose if this was a perfectly comparative market, in this market the price of the product would have been determined where the market demand curve cuts the market supply curve. मुझे पता है कि जो monopoly का demand curve होता है ना, it's the same as the market demand curve. So a perfectly comparative market में price and output is determined where this market demand curve, ये वाला जो market demand curve है, it cuts the market supply curve. Supply curve यहाँ कौन सा वाला है? I know that a certain portion of the MC curve is called the firm's supply curve. Since इस case में एक ही फर्म है जो कि मोनोपोली है, तो हम मतलब आई कैन जस्ट अज्यूम कि उसका जो सप्लाई कर्व है या ये वाला जो मार्जिनल कॉस्ट कर्व है, आई कैन से दैट दिस इज द सेम एज द मार्केट सप्लाई कर्व. ठीक है, अ मोनोपोली हैज टू केटर टू द एंटायर मार्केट सप्लाई, इट हैज टू केटर टू द एंटायर मार्केट, तो उसका जो सप्लाई कर्व होगा ना, इट्स द सेम एज द मार्केट सप्लाई कर्व. ठीक है, सो आई एम जस्ट अज्यूमिंग कि this is the market, the marginal cost can be proxied as the market supply curve, ठीक है, whereas the demand curve, जो monopolist का demand curve है, this is the same as the market demand. तो जहां demand cuts the supply, आप देख सकते हैं it cuts at this point. So एक perfectly competitive market में जो price charge की जाएगी, that is going to be this much. Okay. A perfectly competitive firm में ये price charge होगी और this is the level of output that would be produced in a perfectly competitive market. ठीक है, so ये मैं लिख भी देती हूँ. This is QC. Then QC basically is the output which is going to be produced in a perfectly competitive market, whereas this is PC, the price which is going to be charged in a perfectly competitive market. तो आप अगर monopoly price और perfectly competitive market की price को compare करें तो आप देख सकते हैं कि monopoly will always charge a price which is more than the price which a perfectly competitive market is going to charge, and monopoly is going to produce a quantity which is less than the output which is produced in a perfectly competitive market. तो अगर आप कंज्यूमर के पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से सोचें वो कौन सा मार्केट स्ट्रक्चर प्रेफर करेंगे, जाहिर सी बात है दे गोइंग टू प्रेफर perfectly competitive market because perfectly competitive market में prices भी कम होती है और प्रोडक्शन भी ज्यादा होती है. लेकिन अगर आप प्रोड्यूसर के पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से सोचें तो they would prefer a monopoly because monopoly can charge a higher price and he is producing a low unit of output. Yeah, so that's the welfare cost of monopoly. या आप यहाँ पढ़ भी लें कि in contrast to perfectly competitive firm, monopoly is charging a price which is above the marginal cost, ठीक है, and that distance is called the markup. From a standpoint of consumers, this high price makes monopoly undesirable. However, from the standpoint of the owner of the firm's high prices makes monopoly very desirable. ठीक है, producer को तो फायदा है ज़्यादा prices charge करने से. Because of higher prices, monopolist produces less than socially efficient quantity of output, which is the quantity sold is less than that of perfectly competitive market. ठीक है, so perfectly competitive market में जो output produce होता है उसको हम कह रहे हैं कि this is the socially efficient level of output. So monopoly obviously it's going to be producing less than QC, which is the socially efficient level of production. Okay, so with this we end chapter number 15, which is monopoly.